mental state of mind. Nasty Nas. Nasty Nas. Nasty Nas. Inhale deep is the dust of my breath and never sleep. Sleep is the cousin of death. Yo, so I start a little bit earlier than the time I promised so that I can get people in, and I can also hear myself talk. Just get my vocals warmed up, and so the nervousness goes away. And then plus we have more time when the actual technical information starts. If you are watching after the fact, it will start in 13 minutes. So if you don't want to hear me talk for whatever reason, even though I think it's not that bad, if you think it's that bad, just skip ahead 13 minutes. You'll be at the technical content. I have to start up my Windows Server 2016. I already have everything straight, and I have a root.txt on the desktop. So in typical Hack the Box fashion, that's what we're going to try to get today. We're going to try to get to root.txt. We can't use SMB, and I'm going to explain that whole thing in a minute. I'm going to explain the parameters around what we're doing in a minute, but essentially we can't use SMB or anything like that. We can't use PSExec. We can't use WinRM. We can only use RPC and Wmiexec or WMI. If we see any other communication between us and the attacker and my server, then we lose. It should only be RPC and maybe another random hotboard at best. And I'm doing this because just researching, I based off of my research at work, I truly believe that attackers are using RPC and WinRM versus the whole gambit. And since no tools exist, I'm about to try to prove that right. And it's going to help me at work because now I can make a better report on what's actually going on instead of what we think is going on. Just a bit of backstory about how this whole thing worked and how this came about. PSExec is it's a thing. PSExec is pretty easy, pretty convenient, but antiviruses started to realize that PSExec drops artifacts, and PSExec, you can't really use that on for so this should help penetration testers because you can't really use that on an engagement that's worth anything. Like, obviously, again, I always try to tell people that there are exceptions, but we're talking about the typical established multi-million-dollar organization. You're not going to try PSExec and it's going to work. No, it's not going to happen. And so people went to Wmiexec. So Wmiexec requires RPC and SMB to be open. Of course, you need creds as well. Antivirus, I keep calling them antiviruses, but vendors, but the correct term is security solution vendors. Found out about that too. So they started blocking the SMB for WMI, and that was that. So you couldn't use Wmiexec either. And so now I want to see if I can make an RPC exec, and if I can, then that is the next step that we need to take in cybersecurity. And I'm glad to have you on board as we do this research, but I am very weary, very aware that we may fail this. But I think even if we fail it, we'll learn a lot. Learn a whole bunch. So that's that. So we got about 9 more minutes before we start. I have the chat open if you have anything to say. So in case you haven't picked up on it or deduced it from all of the execs that I've been saying. We're going to be coding in Python, and I probably should have put that in the title because it probably would attract more people. Let's do that. Using Python. So maybe more people are attracted to Python. I don't know. Refresh the live stream. Maybe not, but I think I'm satisfied with the viewers that watch after the fact. So I got 8 minutes, and there's something I want to talk about, as I always do. I think this is a way for me to get a little bit of stress out of my head and actually inform the audience. What is that? Security now. Hold up. Okay, I'm gonna see what's going on here. Is this live? This has one of the symbols from work, like one of the logos from work, but I'm looking at it. It don't look like anything that I recognize. I don't know. I just saw one of the symbols from work on YouTube, and I'm thinking, I don't know what they're saying. They're not saying much. Oh, that's so tacky. I'm not gonna reveal what I just saw because it's gonna reveal my organization. So, I mean, I guess if you study my channel and you study my mannerisms, you probably could tell who I work for. But I'm not going to say it. And the reason why I don't mention my employer is not because I'm afraid of
Founder. First, obviously, we need
of any. It's simply because if I say something and then they come back and listen to what I say after I review my employer, they may think, well, this is how you really like. I don't want it's a thing that people put on, like, I guess a disclaimer where they say my views don't necessarily reflect the views of my employer or whatever the case. That's how it is here. So I don't need anybody trying to sit down with me and saying like, this is how you feel or this is not how the organization feels. Not worried about getting fired, but it's like, if I say something, it's me. It doesn't represent my organization. It doesn't represent anybody else. This is the majority of my everything, I would say, that is penetration testing related, ethical hacking related. I've learned on my own the majority of it. I can't say that my organization hasn't paid for some of the training, but the majority of the training, I went out and got on my own, and that's by far. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. Just keep that in mind. Like, I don't mean to keep anything from you guys, but I don't like to talk specifics about where I work, and that's just simply because, I'm beating a dead horse. So let me go to the actual thing that I want to talk about. My bad. It's early, bro. Let me close the door. And again, the technical stuff begins in like 5 minutes. So if you need to go out and get some coffee, whatever you need, it's fine. I don't mind. But so I was doing some research on this very topic that I'm chasing, actually, and I saw that someone caught malicious WMI with only PowerShell. And so I was like, sweet, if I can just use PowerShell to threat hunt, I'll do that. Like, boom, that's too easy. So I put a Wmiexec shell on my box, just like that, put in the password. Now all of this happens, right? And then the article told me to run this command. I don't know why it's so big. View. I tell you, man, Cali, bro. I don't know why it's so big. Let's see if I can do that. In any case, it says to run get wmy object namespace root subscription blah blah blah, and so you run that. Are you woke? It's probably not woke. Display settings. Yo, this is ridiculous. That's a little bit better. So it says to run this command, and this is all you get. I got a whole shell going on, and that's all I get. So I'm supposed to, according to the article that I read, I'm supposed to get a command line parameter in there. Is the parameter property? Let's do select star just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Select star. I'm supposed to get a command line property in here, and I don't. I just get SCM event log consumer, which isn't even related to what I just did. Long story short, the article was wrong. And so I'm like, oh, well, I'm glad I proved that wrong. But then I come home and I'm like, you know what? Let me see if this is just a thing on the internet. So I'm looking on Reddit, and this guy is saying, well, and again, this is constructive criticism. I don't mean for this to be negative at all, but this guy's like, all right, first we're going to put this user in the administrators group. Secondly, we're going to put a reverse shell in a service. And he's like, make sure your service doesn't have weak permissions. And I'm like, bro, you just put them in administrators. Like, what kind of sense does that make? So, I mean, I responded to him. I'm like, yeah, I applaud your effort. The article is very professional, but it's like administrators are made for that. But I'm like, oh, no, that might have just been an honest mistake. Then I'm looking, and I tell you about the Twitter thing, and it's like where it's like they're saying this software is vulnerable to DLL sideloading, and it's not, because you can't hard code a DLL path in your software that you create, because if you do, you're just asking for trouble. You're begging for trouble if you do that. And so I'm looking at all of this subpar research, these subpar articles, and I'm thinking, could we be in an age of disinformation, of misinformation in cybersecurity to throw us off as threat hunters? I say all that to say, don't just Google and take it at face value. If you see something and you think it works, you better try it. Don't just take it at face value and report it to your boss, because it could be dead wrong and not work. And it's like stuff is out there now, and it floats to the top of Google. And again, that's not trying to be negative. That's not trying to be divisive or inflammatory. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Like stuff just it's just 100% wrong. It's incorrect. Another thing, and I'm past 5 o'clock, so if you just joined the live stream, please support with a like and a subscribe. But what's his name? John Hammond made a video, and he was talking about, and he was trying to be as nice and professional as possible about how people keep dumping on Windows Defender, which I would not let you talk bad about Windows Defender. Because unless you know what you're talking about. So this guy in his article was saying that Windows Defender is bad because you can just disable it. And John Hammond goes through with a regular user and shows that you can't just disable Windows Defender. Now, if you're sitting on your computer as admin, yes, you can. You can if you're sitting on your computer as admin. Moreover, the story, administrator is meant to do those things. So don't write an article saying that, hey, this is vulnerable because the administrator can turn it off. That's what administrators is made for. It should be obvious to a lot of us, but people write articles like that, and people respect those articles. So I'm saying that there's fugazi articles out there. There are few. I told you this game is like, we have charlatans, we have frauds in this game, and then we have also people that are just trying their best, but then they put out bad information. We just got to watch all of that, and we have to be good stewards and correct these things. Don't just try to be nice first. Try to correct it. Obviously be professional and be nice, but what I'm saying is, if we don't risk offending someone by making sure the information is good, over time that bad information stacks up. I talked 2 minutes long, so here we go. So again, if you're just joining, we are building an RPCexec.py because we want to. Let me show you what happens when you connect with Wmiexec. Let's open up a Wireshark, and we are listening on ETH0 because this is my instance of Windows Server 2016. We'll do IP source. I'm terrible with this, so don't judge me. Is it double equals? Yeah, it's double equals. So this is the IP address of my Windows Server 2K. And this is, I don't have to explain that. You know what it is. So I've done all of that, and then go back to here, capturing from E0, and you see how it connects to RPC, which is kind of what we're expecting. And that's it, actually. So maybe I just answered my own question. Maybe we're done before I even started. That's embarrassing. So I'm almost certain that we connect. That's embarrassing. Like I put a lot of time into this. Is it because no, this is not what this is not. Yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be looking at. I don't know what that was, but yeah, as you see, we have encrypted SMB3. Oh, Cali's acting slow. So if I restart again, I'm just trying to get some practice with this live stream stuff. So we have SMB2 negotiations, and then SMB3, and then we have RPC as well. Long story short, if you are a penetration tester out there, this is bad for you. And the reason is, if you have both SMB communications going, RPC communications going, and random high ports going, you're mad noisy. And hopefully, if you have all of that going, you have a shell on a box, because it's not what am I trying to say here? It's not very suspicious if it's coming from a box, or maybe it is, I don't know. But if you have to put a rogue host on the network and somehow you don't get caught, you're gonna have to communicate with these boxes. Like maybe you compromise a non-Windows box because that's all you could get, and you need to communicate with a Windows box with credentials. Maybe you find yourself there, or maybe there's a way to prevent such communications. In either case, we want to be quieter is the goal for today, and we don't want to communicate with SMB when we do our shell. So Wmiexec, again, if you're just joining, will not work on modern organizations. PSexec won't work on modern organizations. So we're going to begin now. So I'm going to timestamp for the guys that don't have a lot of time to listen to my voice. And we'll start. So we have here, we're going to be live streaming for a while because I'm off work today, which I'm feeling pretty good about that. in packet example. So we're going to lean heavily on in packet today. I'm rambling, bro. I am rambling, and it's been 20 minutes already. Son, bro. All right, here we go. So the first thing that I want to do is look and see what we have in here. We do have RPC dump and RPC map. So RPC dump, I don't know what that is, but I do know RPC map allows you to enumerate interfaces and potentially endpoints using RPC map. Now, most of the time it is, and we can run one of the commands so that I can show you how RPC works. What is it, A5? It's going to, most of it is, if you have RPC set up correctly, it's going to be denied. Yep, access denied for most of the stuff. You got success there, but you know, you can't really enumerate very well with RPC map because none of that makes any sense to the typical guy like me, right? So let's make us a working directory actually. So if we do, and by the way, this is going to be good training even for me because there's some stuff that I don't know about RPC, but I do believe that there are hackers out there that know a lot about it. Home lab, we already have one. All right, so I have prepped some stuff. Let's see. I want to vim RPC interface thingy. .py. Oh man. Does that not work? Cancel. So this is command. In Commander, I have a script that I got from one of the Hack the Box machines. Nope. And this will scan internal interfaces. I don't think I have one set up on it is not pasting. There we go. I don't think I have one set up on this server, but I just want to run this one just to get us warmed up for some Python. We have all of that, and we'll be exploring what is that. Like, we don't know what it is just yet. Whatever, Python, RPC interface thingy. And so you see that we have that IP address, which we were already familiar with, and we have some IPv6 going on. So let me just tell you about IPv6 really quick. I'm glad this came up because it gives me something to talk about. Unmanaged IP6 is a danger to your organization if you're a blue teamer out there. If you're a red teamer out there, get on IPv6 really quick, like right now, like today. If you're hearing my voice, don't keep avoiding it. I don't go over it because it's not like super relevant to the things that I say. Let me see. But if you keep ignoring and thinking that IPv6 is going to go away or not be used, then you're gonna be left in the past, man. IPv6 is definitely a thing. I don't know why I'm not getting the ping back. Let's see. IPv6 is definitely a thing, and if you don't use it, then there's going to be people that are better than you. Simple as that. Again, I try to be blunt and honest, not to be rude or not to be mean or not to sound arrogant or pompous. I'm blunt and rude to help you. Say that if you're not using IPv6 out there, bro, not to say that you need to use it just because, but if you find an IPv6 address, it is just as important as your IPv4 address. Maybe more important if they don't manage it correctly. But I'll probably do an IPv6 exploit live stream one of these days just to show you the things you could do. If it's unmanaged, most notably, you can man in the middle and you can do some cool stuff there. So I'm getting off track. Let's go back to the subject and let's go into our home lab. So yeah, that's how RPC works. You can get into RPC and enumerate interfaces. And that's always pretty cool. So our objective at 25 minutes into me talking, and forgive me, like I'm still new to this, right? Is we want to start to browse some of the we want to see about some of the functionality of Wmiec or WMI or not WMI in packet. I thought there would be more people interested in this, just like learning about Python and stuff. But it's super early over here in America, and people got their fast food to get and their women to chase and stuff like that. So whatever, I guess. Yeah, I'm crazy. I don't know, bro. Anyway, from in packet examples, import logger. None of that's relevant. We'll probably have to use it, but right now we want to focus on decom objects. We'll need those, or we need to communicate with those, and we're probably going to need that. And I think that's all. Let's see. So decom is going to be your communication with RPC. So just know that. We have a lot of stuff here, and I'm pretty intimidated because I don't know anything about WMI. I know PowerShell. I do know Python, but I don't code in Python as much as I should. If I was going to do something like that. So we're going to do some code reuse. And if you watch my last stream, you'll see how much I hate when someone releases code and they don't comment. And you see there's no comments on these huge... I'm probably going to have to restart because it's being slow. But there's no comments on these really huge code blocks. Another thing is, like, if you're making code blocks that are longer than... It should be an average of 5 lines. And I would say this is probably an average of 8 to 12 lines. So also, like, clean code. Your code block, once you do a code block, if you go over 5, maybe you go over 5 or maybe 1 or 2 lines, as soon as you get a chance, do a space. And they didn't do that here, so whatever. You got to just make it, when you make code, the goal is to make it as pleasant as possible on the reader. Because if you can make it as pleasant as possible on the reader, you're making it as pleasant as possible on yourself as well. I'm doing a lot of talking though. But yeah, this is going to be one of those live streams where it's like, bring your technical game, because we getting into it, man. And right now, I don't know what any of this is. I wish there was a way to, in Python, to know what's being run, like a debugger. A built-in debugger. If there is, my bad. I'm a noob. I don't know nothing about that. Maybe we'll Google that later. So, this, what are we in? Is this Wmiexec? Yeah. So that's, I think Wmiquery is a lot more interesting because I think Wmiquery, damn. Why is that not working? Damn. MyQuery.py. I don't think YouTube promotes upcoming live streams well enough. Because if I were like out there, I would definitely click on this video. And that's not me bragging. That's if I'm gonna see somebody be ambitious and try to make a new tool that's never been made, like I'm gonna click on that and see what's going on. Anyway, so I think we're going to model our shell, our RPC shell after this. We're going to do something very similar, but we're not going to I think so. Step 1, we're gonna just copy all of this because I think we want all of these packages. And then we're going to do that because that's just Python stuff. And then when we get here, class Wmiexec. We're going to make a prompt, but it's not going to be W. Yeah, we're going to get all of this, but we're going to change it up. So we're going to code reuse some stuff. We're going to take out everything we don't need to. Logger init. We don't need logger init because we don't care. So we're going to take all of this. We don't need the comments there. Copy, selection. And then we're going to say boom. And then we're going to be like Vim RPCexec.py. I'm super excited about this, by the way. And then we're just going to paste. Oh no. Clipboard. Selection. Y'all see me just copy. Selection. Paste selection. Why does that not work? If somebody can help me out with that. Paste clipboard. Why does that not work? Should I do Control-Shift-C? That's mad strange. So what I'm going to do instead is, can I do a yank here? Man, I don't know what's going on. Why I can't just like copy and paste this out. I think it's Vim actually. Cats Wmiexec. And then we have to scroll all the way up. And do it from here. And I don't know if we care about, we just care about the class Wmiexec. But we're not. So I think we're going to have to, now that I think about it, we're going to have to rely on WMI queries because I don't think there's any other way to communicate with DCOM that would be feasible. All right, so let's go through this code and let's take out stuff we don't need. We need a help, obviously, but we don't want their help. We need 3 of these. We just want that for now. What else? We don't want that in the prompt. We're gonna just do a typical let's just do RPC shell like that. And if we get the opportunity to go into folders and do like present working directories, then we'll replace that obviously. But welcome to RPC shell. All right, is it RPC exec? Something. We want all of this for sure. And if we find some packages we don't use, we'll just get rid of those. And so I wonder if this will work. Let's try it. Python RPCexec.py, and we should get. What do we miss there? We missed something. We are main, so it imports CMD, which is whatever. Init the examples logger theme. Let me just try to work a little bit harder there. right now we just want to see the all right, let me look at the code again. See, like I'm gonna have to get warmed up on Python. So we'll search for Wmiexec. Here we go. Shell equals, we want this to be in there as well. All right, so we will bang out of that. And then cat Wmiexec. Grab, what was it, Wmiexec like that? And then we want to do like a A5, B5, and that should give us everything we need. Okay, so we could just do this. Main equals name, or name equals main. Come here, insert, paste. Oh, gotta be kidding me. Oh man, they brought all of the stuff that I deleted back. All of that's fine. We don't care. We're just gonna type it out because copying and pasting is killing me right now. So oh, it still got the same. Okay. Class. Yeah. Okay, so wait a minute. I thought I saw two of those. So that's the one that I did. And then that's the one. So we can get rid of this one. And then we will start. Yeah, with that. Class. And then we're going to comment like we're supposed to comment. So that's the class. So we need to, first of all, we need to actually get into insert mode. We need to be there. And then we need to type shell equals Wmiexec IBIM services. And then let's type shell equals command loop. Where was that even declared? Where? I don't know. I don't think I have a class with command loop in it. Do I? You know what? I'm gonna actually go off my own because that's confusing. What is it? SQL encode SQL. So I have it. This is how you do just your regular shell. Or not really a shell, it's more like a prompt. Just naming stuff. And then I'll come back and do some more stuff later. So is it clipboard? No, selection. I'm still trying to copy stuff, paste selection. There we go. So this is Python 3, so raw input won't work. You just have to do input. Actually I need to, yeah, so that should work. Python RPCexec. Sweet. What do you mean? I don't know what they mean. What? And I just deleted all my code. Let's try it again. I don't know how that happened. That's like super embarrassing. Now let's try to run it again. Yay. Okay, so we're gonna get that. So we have something like a shell, I guess. We need to like put something there. Like that. Just be straight up frauds, right? That's fine. Who am I? And then exit. So it should loop. Then I think just do. I don't have like super sick Python skills, so while I think it's true, and then this needs to be here and there. Vim RPCexec. Oh, not Vim. Python RPCexec.py. What am I? What are you talking about? str object is not callable. Oh, no strip. We're not doing strip right now. It's trying to be callable. What do you mean callable? Why do I care? String object is not callable. I don't know what that means. So I thought callable meant like you're trying to, I don't know. Oh, what is that? Let's just comment this out. What do you mean? 997 here. Indentation. What do you mean? Just comment that out too then. Bro, what do you mean? Oh, maybe just make this X or something. Yeah, there we go. All right. There's no exit, so we got a keyboard interrupt, but we do have like a charlatan shell or a fraud shell. I hope that's the way you spell it, charlatan, because I don't know. So boom, we got like the basics of it, I guess. And it's been like 43 minutes. I don't have anybody. Do I have anybody here yet? This is two. All right. So the next thing that we're going to work on is making this thing actually function. So let's go back into Vim. I need to actually comment there because this is going to be terrible. But we're going to have a very hard time. Intent to accept user input and so because it's our own shell, we're not using Python, we're not using PowerShell, we're not using cmd.exe. So this is a very ambitious project in that we're going to have to make our own commands that will be mapped to WMI queries, which will give us the information. So we're in for it. So we must create our own commands. B. Those commands to WMI queries. And again, like I said in the thumbnail, like we might fail this. Like this might not work, but if it doesn't work, we're going to learn a lot about RPC. And because when we in-map RPC, a lot of times we just skip over it. Nobody like enumerates it. Like there's, RPC's open, okay, but we need to understand that RPC is a lot more usable than we think. So, because you have decomp objects, and decomp objects, I don't know a lot about them, but I did. I don't know what course I was in, but I created. What did I create? Oh, lateral movement. I laterally move with a decomp object. So that's just pure RPC, meaning that if I laterally move, then I should be able to get a shell. But I'm saying sure there. Map those commands to WMI queries. See, print output, which is readable user, and D, loop the user. No, D loop the, I guess, input prompt. E, allow a clean exit. So those are the things that we need to do in this part right here. So that's the intent. Sometimes I like to put a date on it just to be super verbose there, but we'll see. So we got a lot to do here, man. Yo, we got a whole bunch to do here. All right, so that's that. So now I need to research some WMI queries. Let's just do who am I first. Okay, so that's not helpful. I don't want any PowerShell. So I don't want to get like a get WMI object or anything like that. We want straight up WMI queries. So we're gonna have to learn WQL, which, man, I was telling somebody on Reddit, like people talk about like how do you defeat antiviruses and stuff like that. WMR. They can lock down PowerShell. They can lock down CMD.exe, but locking down WMR, good luck. Good luck with that. So that's another reason why we're going forward with this, because we want a stealthy and effective way to move around. And a lot of times it's like, we run into AMZ and stuff like that. If we have RPC access, we don't have to worry about that. But no one's ever done it, at least from what I've seen. So we have to do that. Why can't I just get WMI query for who am I? Oh, let's try current user. No, not logged on user. We want just current user. It might be different. Wow, haven't learned anything yet. There should be more documentation on WMI because if we're not using it, then hackers are using it, then it's like we're behind. So let's try this. Ooh, this is one of those brutal live streams because it's like I gotta learn super fast as far as like what we need to do here. Is it just query user? Which query blah blah blah, query user? That's not WMI. Yeah, that's definitely not WMI. Yikes. All right. Several ways. Let's try another one for now, and then we'll come back. So we just want any WMI query. How do I test the query? Let's try this. This is a guide. It's got a hit spot, right? Register WMI event, blah, 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 blah. No, we don't need that. Open a command prompt, type WMI event, blah, 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 blah. This will give you the command prompt. Okay, so we want to see. So that's Wmiexec. Yeah, we don't want that because that Wmiexec is too loud. We want to make our own non-loud one. So let's go back to our Windows server and type. It's like that. That's what they said. Okay, so we have access. So we just do help, I guess. Alias not found. What do you mean? I just typed exactly what you told me to type. Yo, this is gonna be a long live stream, so buckle in, bro. There we go. So it's saying to I don't know what it's actually saying. Let's see. The following global switches are available. Wow. Not helpful. I need to see some example queries is what I need to see so that I could get a feel for how this whole thing would work. So yep, as you see here, it says like PowerShell commandlets are easier to remember. We don't want easy to remember. We want difficult to remember. That's why we're going in this route. It's like we can't chase hackers and get them out if we use the path of least resistance. So no, I don't want to buy your product. Thank you. Let's try Googling common WMI queries. Okay. In the end of it all, tell me those good looks. Alright. So we go back to this thingy and then we'll just select. What did it say? Forgot. Set select star from Win32 processor. So if that works, that's going to be our example command as we build our shell. So, my bad. Select star from Win32. Let's be a good boy there. What do you mean? Does it want it to be in alias not found? Okay, so maybe I'm in the wrong thing here. So yeah, maybe maybe I'm in the wrong thing there. Exit doesn't work. Oh, I did WQ bang, bro. Yeah, I'm crazy. WMI queries. Yo, let us just look up a tutorial, man. I don't know. I thought I was pretty comfortable with WMI, at least running it. But I have to. What I have to do is I can't just. I have to run a command that's suitable for a shell. It can't be in the PowerShell context, or else we're gonna get caught. All right, get WMI object. Yeah, we can't run get WMI object because that's PowerShell. We can't run get sim instance. It says, yeah, this is not, we're not using the GUI, bro. Let's try this one. And we got a commercial. Skip ads. Like everybody else does. That's what I'm like, bro. Why would I want ads on my videos? Gee, Wimmy, that looks like a PowerShell command, bro. So yeah, no one is using like raw WMI. Like, is everybody scared of it? Like, what are we doing here, though? Yo, we're supposed to be better than that. Like, I'm not trying to look down on nobody, but it's like, yo, we really got to step our game up. Yes, PowerShell is easier, but sometimes we don't want easier. This is probably what I want here. Okay, so how do I query with WQL? This is what I want. So we have to, is that get object? All right, so I'm going to cheat a little bit. I think there is an actual, where am I going? I'm going way off. Let me go back to Impacket. CD, that's not it. Actually, we have it open here. Oh, WMI query. So Vim WMI query .py, and let's see what's in here. Cause it's like, what's the point? Is that it? But instead of that, we do WMI query. Oh no. .py, and then we need to get rid of all of this because we don't want PowerShell. Does that work? Okay, so this is what we want basically. Select star from Win32 product. And that doesn't work, but it's something to the tune of that. So we need to find a legitimate, let's use our research tab. We don't want that because it's going to be all like, that's going to produce a lot. Select star for Win32 service. That might work. Select star for Win32 service. Okay. That's a lot too. But this is what we want in our tool. But maybe instead of trying to do all of this on our own, we'll just use the entire Wmiexec.py tool. So what we could do is say, let's get rid of all of this because it's like, why are we working harder when we work smarter, right? So let's just delete about like 40 minutes of work, right? Actually, let's just like make dir archive and move star into archive. What? Okay, but it should have moved everything else, right? Yes. And then we'll just do another one. Vim RPC exec. Maybe we want to just do shell because I'm a lot more comfortable with bash. And we could say something like I don't know. We're going to try it and see if this is the way that we need to go. I like to just experiment with stuff. RPCexec.py. And then we'll just R code the administrator at 192.168.185. We need to give the appropriate permissions. But 777, we're going to just do that because we're lazy. And then we'll just do RPCexec.sh. What do you mean? Oh. What? Oh, I did RPCexec. All right, I don't know if I'm like confusing people out there, whatever the case, but what we're doing is we want a we want a shell similar to this. We can't type who am I because we don't want the who am I that we're used to because we don't want to use cmd.exe. We don't want to use PowerShell. We want to use straight up Wmiexec and RPC to get everything that we would get in a normal shell. And we're trying to figure this out. We haven't gotten anywhere yet. So there's that. Select star from Win32 users. Can we do that? User? Can't do that either? All right, let's see. First of all, let's go in here and let's see Wmiexec classes. Man, I spelled that wrong. It's fine. I think they're called classes. Win32 XYZ. Yeah, they are. Types of classes, system classes, whatever. Just give me what I need. Event filter. They're probably not called classes then. Win32 users. User account. So it's always good to enumerate users, right? So what we'll do is go back and we'll say, not you, I don't need you. I already got something going on for myself right now. Where was I? Select star from Win32 user accounts. Sweet. So we are going to have to, if we want to do, we're just going to do, instead of get users, we're going to do our own, I guess, pseudo PowerShell, but instead of using get, we're going to use take. We're just going to use take dash users, and that's going to be our style, right? So what I want to do is map a command called take users and get rid of all of this crap and make it nice and neat so that you can just get only administrator, only default account and stuff like that. We don't want to look at it like that. So let's say thank you to our WQL shell. We're basically going to just take, since WMI query has what we need, copy WMI. First of all, we need to say which WMI query py. Let's say copy which WMI query py into our current working directory, and then just vim WMI query, and then get rid of all of this. It's not like we're just not giving like credit or whatever. We just really want to see if this will work. And they've done most of the work for us. So that's that. But we don't want, where is that thing at? What we don't want is this thing. We don't want WQL. We're gonna do like something like unknown artist shell, something like that. And then so yeah, and then we want to actually rename that to RPC shell. RPC shell. I know this is a lot of struggling, but this is kind of like a study with me in that like I'm learning a lot right now. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to make, is it like a what am I thinking of? I need a dictionary actually. So I need a dictionary that will say I'm actually do a global dictionary. If name equals main, import CMD. Then right here, we'll just do a dictionary. I can't remember how to do a dictionary in Python because I don't use it enough. So we're just gonna Google that, Python dictionary. And I want the commands that, so it's just that. Okay. So I want to, I think it's just like JSON or something, or not. It's not JSON, but it's the format is JSON or like JSON. We want get. No. We want to take users as our first command, and then that command will be mapped to what did we run? We ran in our thing over here. Oh, I'm so confused now. It was like select star from Win32 user account was the actual thing. We don't want their help, so we'll make our own help. Come on, yo. So hopefully when I do this, this will raise awareness as to how much you could do with WMI. Do shell, what is that? OS system S. What is S? Why do people create variables? S. All right, let's see where do shell is being used. So we'll just do that. Do shell. Next. Is that the only place it's being used? Okay, whatever. Maybe I don't understand Python classes very well, but it says get current directory. Is that get current working directory? That's odd because you don't ever see that in there. Line strip, try, blah, blah, blah. Line strip, self reply. Look in this error. Log a thing. And this is where it gets like crazy. Parser, argument parser. If just exit. So I don't know, man. Whew. I don't think we need any of this. This is our oh, okay. So it's taking our command. Okay, so that's fairly simple to look at. For line and options, file, read lines. Okay, whatever. Print unknown order shell. So we should get that. RPC Python RPCexec.py. Clear. RPCexec.py, and then administrator at 192.168.185. Password. That's the correct password. What are you doing? What are you talking about, bro? That's the correct password. Oh, 6. Okay, so we are way off. Exit. We're way off here. Because we didn't get that. We need to go wherever WQL is. We need to go here, actually. So I don't know what. And we need to put like unknown artist shell. Bang. And then 185. All right, boom. So that's where we are. MI doesn't work. And then we boom back to there. Invalid query. Clear. All right. So let's try to get some technical value out of this. I think there's some useless code in here, I would say. But essentially what I need is, so we have what I got. I mean, we have what I need, but I need the Wmiexec class to say self prompt. Where is okay, so what I'm seeing is there is okay. I think I see what's going on here. I need to get into this file and change some stuff, or just continue to. So you get a prompt. There's the prompt, and then I need to say basically All right. Where is? Let's go back into here. So thank you there. And then I need to go into actual and packet. Where's WMI? That's what it said, right? No, decom. Where are you, decom? I don't see any decom. Where is it saying that it's running from? In packet, DRPC, DC, whatever, DC, RPC. Is it in V5? Yes, it is. Decom. Yep. My pi. Oh. Vim. It's early, y'all. Vim, Wmiexec.py. Woo! We bit off more than we can chew. Don't care about any of that. Let's see. We really just want what's going on. Let's focus here. So all we want to do is say, all right, because I think we're doing too much. If we run this command, it just inserts this command into the prompt. And so self prompt, when you type into the self prompt, which should be somewhere in here, let's look for that. Prompt. Pattern not found. Maybe it's caps. Let's see. At the end of it all. We don't care about self prompt. We care about okay, so when you init, you have a prompt, and then from there, you type into the prompt. So the prompt has to have its own stuff going on. I would definitely say hold on really quick, man, because is there a way, because I'm probably overthinking this, is there a way to say Python, if you can just put a query, which I think you can, instead of actually, if you could, that would be dope. If you could just put a query as an argument instead of having to open up a whole we don't need any of that. Namespace, file, input file with commands to execute in the W. So we could pipe it into that. I think. Let's just try something really quick. Touch commands. Text. I think we really overthought this. fm commands.text, select star from Win32 account. Nope. User account. And then we could say all of this file commands.text. All right. Yeah, we're overthinking that. So what we could do instead of whatever I was trying to do is I wonder if you can, what is the pipe bash output as file? No. This. Okay, yeah, I think we're not going to try to be fancy with this one at all. We're just gonna say whatever we type. So it's going to be a shell. It's gonna be a bash script again. So we're doing a lot of stumbling around, but we're doing a lot of learning. So RPC shell.sh, and then we'll just let's go back into where we were. CD work, CD home lab. Don't look at my stuff. Don't be nosy. Yeah. And then RPCexec. What were we doing there? I don't know what I was doing there. Oh. RPCshell.py. Actually, let me change my administrator password first. So I want you guys looking at my password. I'll just change it to something that's fine to use. What are you doing? No, I don't want that. No, exit. I gotta do that off screen. Does that work? So let me just make sure that worked. So I just set my password to password 1234. Yep. So yes. So let me clear this screen and then bring it over here. And then boom. So yeah, if you're just joining the live chat, I am attempting to create an RPC shell, but it's been hectic. I finally confirmed that we can communicate with a Windows server using only RPC to get what we want. But now I'm trying to make sure that the user of this tool doesn't have to memorize Wmiexec commands. So I want to map. I want to map all the commands. So can I put the password in here? Is what I want. I want to make sure that you're just running the shell, and then what is going on here? You can run any command you can run our set of commands and they'll translate to Wmiexec commands, and then they'll give you what you want. Is what I want to do here. And then I'm going to use this tool as well. So there's that. Python RPC shell. Can I put the password? Yeah, I can. I think it's like this. Is it not? No. I don't want. Let me look at my notes because I was doing something where it was like. YouTube, book notes. Where are notes? HTB. Exec. Yeah, you can find it. It's definitely in here. Stop playing. Exec. All right. Still nothing. I'm looking on my other computer. My other screen because it's bigger. There's no way. So I wanted to. Oh, it's like this. Do it like that. Oh, I guess that doesn't work. I'm looking at it right here. Yeah, I'm looking at the syntax right here, but it's not working for me. What's my domain name? Let's go back. Make sure nobody's talking in the chat. What is my domain name? Let's see. I don't think I have one though. It's a thing because I didn't set it up all the way. How could I get that? That user domain, guess. So just work group. Whatever. I didn't set it, so whatever. So we're just going to have to deal with. We have to somehow deal with the password thing going on. But then that means every time you put in a command, you have to put in a password. I didn't want that to be the case. I bit off way more than I can chew here. Oh. There should be a way that you could, where you could just, you could have your password. It says no pass here. They want your NTLM hash, which I am very reluctant to go down that road. DC IP integrity defaults. I don't want it to ask for password. Let's try. No, that's not what we want. Name or service not known. Oh, that's not. Thought that was a shell. Unrecognized arguments. Yeah, I've done this before, but I think they want me to set up the domain. I'm gonna see if that's a quick thing that I could do. Really quick. If it's gonna take a while, if it's gonna whatever, we'll have to find another way. So let me go into. This is not the way that I want it. So let's make full screen. What is this? Oh, yes, it's the correct thing, but it's just too big. So let's go to display settings. This thing does what it wants, man. But if you're just joining the chat, I am trying to come up with a RPC shell so that when you don't have to use Wmiexec because it's mad loud, Wmiexec because it's mad loud, and you don't have to use PSexec because this is going to get blocked. So we want to come up with a new tool that'll actually work on a modern organization, and that's going to be our RPCexec. But as you see, like I've been on live stream for about an hour and 15 minutes. It is a very difficult task, but I like difficult tasks because, it shows that, you push through when you really want something instead of like giving up or whatever. So, yep, that's what we're doing. I need to go to server manager and look at this. Yeah, it's been doing this for a while, and I'm not really super familiar with this side of the river here. But I just want it's way easier to set up a domain controller in a command prompt. It's way faster, and I was trying to do it with the GUI this time because I wanted to put a web server on here at some point, but this thing is just taking all week to wrangle with, and I really regret going this route. Like, it's just like, it's a few commands you run, and it's not even like bad, but you see all this crap going on. Promote this to a domain controller. Let's click that and see what happens. I thought I already did that. No, don't want to cancel that. It just takes too long. We're going to get back to our tool. As a matter of fact, all right, let's see, man. Administrator, password, bang. This server's not operational. So I'm just going to stop trying to do this through the GUI and look up how to do this through a command prompt. So let me Google it, because I promise you it would take no time. I've been trying to do this all week with the GUI. I'm not even like, can I do that? Will that work? Active directory could not be contacted. Show more. Ensure that you supply the correct DNS domain name. No, add a new domain name to an existing forest. Let's try that. Parent domain name. What? New domain. Root domain name. Yeah, I'm done. No, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Clear. So I get it, but it's like I haven't set up any domain stuff yet. So how are you going to? Yeah, it's work group right now. Just make sure I didn't do anything bad on my end. So I don't have a domain. So how are you gonna? Yeah. So on my other screen, I'm just gonna Google setup domain Windows Server 2016, and then I want the non-GUI version over here. I should have when I did it the first time, I should have copied down the steps, but I didn't. But I mean, it's like it's mad easy when you do it See, yeah, everything that I'm seeing now is straight GUI. Subdomain. Yeah, it's all straight GUI, man. Ooh, that's embarrassing. Yeah, Windows 2016 cores. Oh man, it won't do. No, I don't want to go that route. It sucks, man. And it's like off track because this kind of gets away from what we were originally doing, which is building our tool. So the problem that I'm having, if you just joined, is I don't know how to authenticate to RPC without. I know what I could do. I could just hard code. Yeah, I should have did this first. I can just hard code my password into my script, which is not what I want to do. But that's what I'm gonna do. What's going on? Vim RPCexec.py, and we'll deal with the password thing later. So password. What? Execute user. Is this the help stuff? Yeah, I think it is. So I need the actual place where they pass the username and password. Yep. We're just gonna hard code it here. But that's not gonna be adequate either. Okay, so I don't want this function get pass. I want just password to equal password 1 2 3 4 bang, and then keep going. Again, I don't want to do it like that, but right now I just want to get the shell part working. Okay, so yeah, I want to get the shell part working first, and then I'll probably go back and fix that when I'm not on live stream, because that took an embarrassingly long time to come up with a solution for, and that's not why we're here. So going back to this, I want to run this command, and again, this isn't like super best practices, but I need to know that the shell is going to work first before I start making it decent. So so how do you do a shell? And I think it's input, right? I don't know. Let's Google it. Input bash. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's kind of how I thought it was gonna be. Not you. Yeah, it's read. I think something like that. Yeah. Read P. All right. Read P. And this will be command equals read P, and then what else? And then we just put RPCexec.py, and then boom, boom, and then I think you just do the variable. Okay, so I did it backwards. CMD. And then we need to do a while true. I think that's how you do that. While loop bash. It's just too many. It's too many languages, and languages just need to be all the same. Oh, okay. So the condition, just like, that's not right. That don't even look right. Up. Vim RPC. Wow, true. You have to do a do here? Yeah, you do. That's so tacky. You don't do. I think I'm doing Python, man. It's not Python. Well, true, do, done. Of course. So we want this to loop. So I'll put my intent up here so everybody knows where I'm going with this. And I need to do a shebang/bin bash here. And then intent to produce a prompt which accepts input as a command. Yes, something like that. RPC shell. What? True command I found. No. RPC shell. What is that? Wow, I think it's $ true in. I don't know. What? Line 5 command I found. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Boolean bash. Oh, it's lowercase true and lowercase false. See what I mean? Like, why wouldn't anybody try to memorize all this stuff? Steal command I found. Oh, okay. It wants it to be like this. It didn't say anything, but bash infinite loop. I'm descending to the lowest of low right now. So it's just regular true. While true. Bro, seriously? Vim, no, that's the wrong one. Vim, sh. So it's while just true. I don't know if that's gonna work. RPC shell .sh. Oh, it does. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? All right, boom. So we got the actual input working. Keep doing that shit. RPC shell. Okay, so while true, we're gonna read that command. And then what we want to do now is yank. And then P. Why would it do that? As much as I brag on Vim, man. Whatever. So I need to just stop being lazy. Python RPC shell.py. And then we have to hard code our user credentials right now because that's not the point of the video. I'll go back and do that later. But what we're going to essentially do is we want to interact with this shit. We want to interact with the server that I have running using only RPC, no SMB. So if you're just joining, yeah, bash syntax. I just saw your comment there right there, but Bash syntax is one of those things where it's like, I love Bash and I love PowerShell only because they are native to their respective kernels. And so if you fool around in the operating system a lot, eventually you're just going to embrace it and love it. But if you do Bash and Python in the same day, you're going to have issues. And that's what you're seeing now. All of my like Python struggles that I just went through are bleeding over into my Bash struggles. So there's that. And then I've done a tiny bit of PowerShell and I've done some Wmiexec commands here as well. So right now I'm just a total mess. But we're going to get through it because I think we've made headway here. So I think there should be, I don't know why this is green. Maybe I don't need to do that. Yeah, but that while true thing and all of that, man. Please. All right, so we got the basic flow of what I want. the basic flow, like nothing too big, but what's gonna happen here? While true, CMD, after you run CMD, it's going to and this is not gonna be elegant at all. All right, so just warning you. CMD is going to get echoed into commands.text, and then yeah, I need commands.text, this actual thing here. And so RPC shell.sh. So if we run this command here, it's not entering. What? What do you mean? All right. I know what I screwed up. You gotta put a thingy here. RPC shell.sh. Paste. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want select star from Win32 a user account. What? Okay, so it just got even more complicated. So I'm gonna have to escape all of my stars. So if I ever do a star, it's considering the star as literal, meaning like I think you get it. So when I did star, it just enumerated my entire directory there, and I did not expect that. Why would it do that? Let's look at our commands.txt. That's mad weird. All right. Man, that's weird. Select star from Win32 account. Nope. User accounts. So yeah, when I do select star, for some reason my star is escaping I don't get that. Let's do, because I don't understand why star gives you, so when I do, so let's try select star. Okay, yeah, so I don't understand why it would, yeah, that's a weird one. That's definitely a new one for me. If I do read p RPC shell.py and the cmd.exe, when I type anything into read, all right, so it's about to get crazy here. So I'm gonna have to do, I hate to do this. Here's our friend said, man, I hate to do this. Commander, but I guess it's necessary if we want a good product. Replace. We have to do like star. We have to replace star with that. And I don't know if it's gonna even, yeah. So we have to replace that with that. Ooh, that look bad. So actually, we're gonna have to do that. Wow. That's ridiculous. We're gonna have to replace that with that. Yo, that's crazy. But I bet it works. That's crazy though, right? Oh no, my Kali froze up. You gotta be kidding me, right? I didn't save nothing. Come on, Kali. At the moment of truth, man. Let me do a screenshot of this. I swear this thing has more than enough resources. That's frustrating. Yep. Screw it. Restart. I want to save everything. No, not you though. Can't even click. It starts working right when I restart. So I did save it, I think, or whatever. We'll see. But this will, I guess, let me clear my mind a little bit so that I can go back into it. But yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy that my Kali does that. Is there a raw input in bash? Maybe read isn't raw. I just saw that, man. There might be a raw input. Let's Google that. Bash raw input. We're gonna try raw input, and if not, we're going to go with that crazy. It looks like it's -R, so we're gonna try that. And that's the wrong VM. What? It's not even starting up. I don't know if it's just me, but my Kali, man. But if this works, we can move on to mapping our own commands, because if we put this tool out, we don't want our users to go through the struggle of trying to memorize WMI commands. And I think if we get that part, then the final nail in the coffin would be to parse the output, and then we'll have it. Let's see. I'm gonna have to mount again. And then go into, don't be nosy, don't look at my stuff. Work. home lab, and then clear, and then yeah, so everything's still here. Vim was RPC shell.sh, and it's open somewhere. I don't really care right now. Let's try R, like Rodnet suggested, raw input, and then I don't have anything in here. Oh, we could just run RPC shell.sh. What are you talking about? Not a valid identifier. Ooh, I get what it's trying to do. Oh man. Let's try to. Why would it try to? Maybe it matters what order. Oh, okay. So the order matters here. Come on, let me in there. RPC. So yeah, I appreciate that. That's why live streams are valuable. You get that feedback that you wouldn't get if you were just like doing this on your own. From Win32 user account. Let me just make sure I did that correctly. So it's RP in the example that I'm looking at. And then here I got RP. Read, please enter a string. Maybe single quotes. Who knows? Single quotes. Oh, maybe when I'm doing this, it's throwing it off. So let's try to. No, can't be it. Okay. Yeah, no, yes. I would think that would work too, but yeah. So we're probably gonna have to work on this some more, because we're gonna have to escape everything that could be considered. That's such a weird problem. But not select, said, and then we need to do S, one of those. No. We need to do, yeah, one of those. That, two of those, that, and G. And we'll see if that works. Bro, select star from Win32 user account. It's still doing it. I don't even know why I'm continuing to try to run the actual command here. All right, exit. So it considers it. I don't have exit yet. What? I don't know what's going on there either. Yes. What? It didn't save? Wow. Said S. One of those. 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 So it's a house, and then it's a house with a extra leaning roof, and then it's half a house. Yep, this is how it's supposed to be. Make sure I'm doing WQ bang, and this time I'm gonna check just to make sure it's saved, because it did not last time. So it did. Now let's run it, see what we get. Select star. I don't know what would make it do an LS because I didn't ask it to do an LS. If I do an LS star, what would happen? Yeah, that is a weird problem. Yes. Probably need to put more in here. So we probably need to put 2 and then 4. Yo, that's ridiculous. 4 and 8. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. The first one probably worked actually. Supposed to be piping that into commands.txt. So oh, don't have exit yet. Yeah. RPC shell, and then the R didn't work. It was I could put it back again, but R wasn't working for me. Nothing is working actually. RPC. So yeah, it's reading it raw and then it's going into CMD. R didn't work. Maybe you could do an maybe we can echo it raw. Let me see. Something ain't making sense in my head. So echo star into CMD. CMD. So echo star CMD. CMD. So yeah, I don't echo select star to CMD. CMD. Echo select in the CMD. CMD. So that's not even working. So I don't know if I'm even doing it correctly here. That should work. It's not letting me. Man, if we can get past this, we'll be good. What? Why would it do just a WQ bang out of nowhere? All right, select star. It's gotta be doing something else that I'm not aware of. And there's a WQ bang, which is weird. Maybe I typed that into my script, but that's irrelevant right now. Because, I mean, maybe it's injecting its own command into what I'm typing. It's gotta be. Yeah, maybe it was probably a bad idea. You could always just run an infinite loop in Python instead. Infinite loop in Python. Let's try that. Let's go back here. Python, because I need to have a way that will, yeah. Which Python, user and Python. Then I have to remember Python syntax again. While true, don't need you. Don't need you. I don't know if that's the way to do that. So I think it's just here, just input. RPCexec.py. How do you do input? I think it's just command equals. But I gotta look that up. Python input. Yeah. No, not quite. You have to do a what? Let's see. Okay, I am doing it right. So it's just like, then it's not raw input because it's Python 3. It's just this. Vim. I need to change the name. Okay. Let's comment these out. All right. So that part's working. Let's, so that we don't confuse ourselves. What we have in here? Uh-oh. We have to rename it. So we just move RPC shell.sh to RPCexec. I hope I didn't confuse anybody right there, but we're gonna switch names because I don't want to mess with RPCexec yet, because I think we're using some code out of there or something. But yes, let's go back to not Python. Vim RPCexec now .py. So once we do that, we can say, all right, take the do I want to do a read file or a write file here, or do I want to do import OS? Probably shouldn't do it like this. OS system. Echo plus cmd plus space into, nope, wrong way, into commands dot text, I think. And then you could do this, and that might be it. So let's try this again. This works. What can open file? Oh, it doesn't exist anymore. Huh. Vim. So this is also gonna have to be a. Yes, this is also gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be Python within Python. I don't know if it's because my brain is fried and I don't feel like dealing with it. Trust me, none of these are good practices. Select star from Win32 user account. You gotta be kidding me, man. Oh, I ran the wrong thing anyway. It's not RPCexec.py. But yes, it is. Yeah, it is actually. I did run the right thing. Select star. I guess because I'm still putting it in a bash context when I do the OS system. So I need to avoid OS system here. Wow, man. Can I do... Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up how to write to files in Python, which I never remember that, so I'm gonna have to Google for a minute. Python write file. Once I do this, I'm gonna put this in my commander tool because I never remember this either. Open file, create a new file. What is this? So I'm gonna have to do, and then eventually I'm thinking I could just modify RPC shell to just take raw text, but I'm not doing that here either. I just really wanted to get to the point, and then the script, the tool will make more sense as I kind of have like time over the week. I don't like people do that. File equals open commands dot text w file write. That's CMD. I didn't even know if CMD is a string. So do you do it like this? It might be like it might be a bunch of data. So I want to just file close. Yeah, I think that's the way to do that. Yep, we'll see. What do you mean? What did I do wrong? Somebody see what I did wrong? Because it says indent does not match any outer indentation level. But I don't see what they mean. Oh, maybe we'll just, for now, see if it outputs to a string. I don't know if this is gonna save my script. It did not. Maybe it doesn't like that space. Indentation. Unindent does not match any. Okay, well, let's try to, I don't know. Something changed. Something's gotta change. Well, we don't need this anymore. Anyway, just delete that. All true. Unindent does not match any outer indentation level. Let's just try this then. RPCexec.py. Still the same thing. So I'm gonna have to Google that. Unindent does not match any outer level. To solve this error, can be indented with what do you mean? Tabs or spaces. Only has an objection when you use both spaces and tabs to indent your code. Okay, so let us I don't think I used any spaces. Oh, there it is. And then we'll type select star from Win32 user accounts. It works. All right. Finally. So now we have some type of working shell, but what we need to do now is make sure that our users don't have to memorize why do I have an unknown artist shell? And my camera just turned off, so I need to replace the battery because of shenanigans. You know how this goes when we live stream. Luckily, I had another battery already charging, so we should jump back online in a few seconds. Yeah, I'm good. All right. So what I want to do now, and this is going to be kind of it for today because I've been running for 2 hours, is I don't know why exit puts me into... This is mad sloppy, by the way. If you're following along, like, it's mad sloppy. Python RPC shell. When I do exit from my shell, it goes into another crazy shell that I don't know what it is. But if you're just jumping in, the shell works. Select star from Win32 product. Okay, it doesn't like that, but select star from Win32 user account. And so it works. It's weird because we got some layers of craziness going on here. Now I want to just come up with, can you do a dictionary in Python? You can do a dictionary in Python. So I don't know what I'm talking about there. So we'll do commands. And then like that. think you just do dictionary Python. If this works like the way we want it to, I'm gonna use this to on all my Hack the Box videos from here on out. Like I'm not using PSExec anymore. So we could say something like take users, and then that'll be equivalent to, what is it? Select star from Win32 user account. And then we could say, how do you call? I think you just do no, actually we'll say command list there. So you'll do file write, and then it'll just be I think I did it the wrong way, actually. See, if you type take users, it should go to the command list key. So it should be command list CMD. So whatever was in CMD. Command list CMD. Just make sure nobody's talking in the chat. Somebody put, I think, Arabic in chat. I just don't speak Arabic, man. RPC.py. Take users. It works. All right. So now we could do exit and then clear RPCexec.py. We want to vim that, and we want to do command list. If you want to do, how do you do if statements in Python? I know that's super basic, but I've just been doing too many languages today. Okay, it's just regular if thing is thing. If command equals help. Then we will print take users and then we'll say this command gives you a list of users. And then if I want you to notice something here, if you're watching, so right here, I'm not going to use an else statement. And there's a reason why. When you use else statements, you make the code even more unreadable. And, you know, I already had a talk to everyone about how comments, if you are verbose as possible, you make the code readable and pleasant to look at. Well, using else statements does not make, detracts from readability. So instead of doing else and then going into the command list, I'm going to type if CND does not equal to help. Okay. So when you're coding, when you're scripting, I know there's a way that certain people do things to kind of shorthand and try to like improve their flow. In this case, when it's coding, you want to code as slow as possible so that it is as readable as possible. So there's that. All right. I hope that made sense. What's going on here? Why doesn't it like that? Vim. What? Oh, it's double equals, right? So again, if you're just joining, instead of going with else here, I went with command equals help and command not equals help. That improves the readability of the script. You don't want to go with the else. I know a lot of people do, but if you want readable code, if you want to put it on GitHub, it's best to go with multiple just if statements. Oh, this needs a indent. But you can code, you can script the way you want. But I'm telling you, like, if I'm looking at your code, I'm gonna want to see something like this. I don't want to see a bunch of else statements. Take users, and it works. But if I type help, take users, this command gives you a list of users. So we are almost done with the tool. Well, the basic functionality of the tool. And I'm gonna fix some. I'm gonna do some house cleaning after we get off. I want to do more of an introduction. Print RPCexec.py, and then do like a print here, and I want to do created by the unknown artist of the world, or something like that, something dope like that. And then I want to do, so we did it. Like it works. We're going to put it to the test to see if we're getting SMB traffic, just to hammer that home. And then tomorrow we'll continue to work on it. But if you're just joining, we want an RPC exec shell so that we can bypass modern defenses. Because the typical organization these days will block our PSexec and they'll block Wmiexec. So just know that. Help. We can do help here. And then take users. This command gives you a list of users. And then, so yeah. I really want you to respect how clean my code is. And then, yeah, exit. So exit worked. No, it did not work there. It didn't like that. Exit. Why didn't it like that? It should just, because it's not finding exit. And I just exited my entire, oh man. That's crazy. Home lab. I gotta tell people at work about this too, because I didn't know that this would be possible. It still needs some work. It's not perfect. So I need to do, why do I keep doing it? I need to do one more thing, and we're going to wrap up the tool. So cd home Cali work, cd home lab. Why do I keep doing that? Cd home lab. No, we actually got to do two things. We have to handle exiting. This is not it. I need to clean up my working directory too. So all that's going to happen off screen. I don't want to bore my users with housekeeping. So we need to, if command does not equal help, we need to do if command equals exit. And again, I'm being repetitive, but I'm going to say it again. I'm not using any else statements because I need the reader to follow along with what's going on. We can just do an exit like that. And then RPCexec exit should exit. Sweet. We'll actually put something clever there. We'll put like print deuces. We'll put something like that. Just to like liven up the mood. Exit deuces. All right. So the final test for my tool here is I want to make sure that nothing is communicating on SMB, which was the whole point of this debacle here. So we want to go into Wireshark, and then it is on my E0, so it's on my. Then we'll do that to filter out everything else, and then we're gonna do RPCexec.py, and then go back here. We want to do take users, and then go back here. RPC, baby. We have an RPC shell. That's amazing. We have an RPC shell. So from here on out, there should not be like, oh, well, only RPC is open. We have an RPC shell. That's groundbreaking, right? Think about that for a minute. All right, your organization blocks you at SMB. Your organization blocks you at SSH if that's open. They block you at WinRM. RPC's open, and I have valid creds. I can get in. So all you penetration testers out there watching, you know, some of you guys, like, I don't mean to like be hard on penetration testers, but it's not enough to just call yourself a penetration tester, man. You gotta know the ways in that work with modern organizations, and this will get you in. So what can you do with it? This right here, this tool right here, right now, you can run Wmiexec commands, and if we're let's just go over Wmiexec really quick. I got a question in Reddit that asks, how do you defeat or how do you evade antiviruses with PowerShell? And if we're talking about up-to-date systems, we're not talking about Hacktobox, we're talking about an actual organization that has something to lose. You're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to evade antivirus or anything like that with, what's the other one? cmd.exe. So I was telling him about Wmiexec and how Wmiexec is still to this day, you know, under the radar for most organizations for whatever reason. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get like something like if it's truly malicious. Obviously, your security systems are going to block that. But if you can defeat your security systems as far as what is in your binary, you will be able to run any command you want with Wmiexec. And there's no like just enough administration or anything like that to constrain you. You know, if you got Wmiexec access and you have the appropriate user, you're good. And so then I started digging into like, okay, well, how would a person get Wmiexec access? And so I looked into Wmiexec and I was like, okay, you get access like that, but then it's like Wmiexec has to interact with both SMB and RPC, which is loud, and you can just block it at did I say that correctly? You can block it at SMB, right? You can just block Wmiexec with SMB. So I'm like, that only leaves RPC, and RPC is like wide open there. So yeah, this should I haven't tested it out obviously on a modern organization yet, but what I intend to do over the rest of the day is make sure my Windows server is up to speed so that it resembles a domain controller for a modern organization. Once I can do that, I can test this to ensure that RPC exec would work. I don't know if that made sense, but long story short, it is when we finish it, it'll be the same as your WMI exec and your PS exec, only it will just use RPC. So that's the future of it. So you can get that information through Wmiexec, but if you run Wmi in its regular form, you're going to spawn cmd.exe and you're going to get caught. So I guess the answer to that question is yes and no. You're not going to get the regular Wmi, but there's a Wmi version, which I don't know the query right now. But there's a Wmi. Let me slow down for a minute. You can get that information that you would get from Wmi from some command in Wmiexec. I just gotta study it. So you'd be breaking the fourth wall here. Like it'd be a learning curve, but you can get all the information you need from WMI alone. It's just, if you want to just type Wmi and map that to the Wmiexec equivalent, you could do that, which is what I intend to do. Whoo, a lot. I don't know if that made sense, but I tried to explain it the best way I can. Long story short, WMI has a lot of commands that nobody, either we don't know or we don't care to know. And I have a feeling in my chest that hackers do know a lot about WMI. So I want to dig those out and map those to commands that we know. But yeah, I intend for when I get done with the tool, I want you to be able to type Wmi, and then Wmi will get the WMI equivalent and then give you the command give you the output you want. But yeah, if you run Wmi or get child item or dir with this, you might open up cmd.exe or PowerShell, and we don't want to do that because we don't want to get caught. That's it. It's very homebrewed. It is not elegant at all. The only command we can use right now that we worked on is take users, and then it's very ugly. So in the next video we could work on string manipulation so that we can get rid of whatever this is and only get this back. And then once we do that, we can work on the Wmi, but we're going to call it something different, like who I be or something like that, just to keep it like, different in live. We'll say who am I, or something like this is me, something different to kind of like make the tool unique. But it'll essentially be who am I. Let's just do some research really quick to see how we would do that. So I'm curious before we get off. Who am I equivalent WMI? I don't need to know that. So there's a PowerShell thing here. I don't think it'll get me far. So I don't want to use PowerShell. Get current logged in user. So maybe this doesn't give you what you need. You can get current username using the .NET environment. I don't care about .NET. Get current logged in user. So we'll see if this doesn't give us, so it says current logged in user, but if there's multiple people logged in, then that might be a problem. So this is a PowerShell command, but this command has a WMI equivalent, but it's just super hard to find that information on the internet, like crazy hard, because everybody's used to easy and we don't want easy. So it'd be select star from. Let's try that. I don't know if anybody got a little bit more time to stick around with me. Let's try to see what we can get with. Let's try to work on our Who Am I game real quick, and then we'll call it a day because I know we've been on long. I know people got stuff to do, people got to work and stuff like that. But let's try that. We'll say command list, and we'll say who I be, and we'll just do select star from, what was it? Win32 computer system. 32 computer system. Now I believe I'm not really super smart on this, but I believe you could just do select username from. So we're gonna try that. What do you mean? Where's the syntax incorrect? Oh, I think there's like a comma or something right there. Let me see. Let me look at my notes. Oh, here's a comma. So who I be, we'll see if we can get the equivalent of who am I from. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? WQ bang. Who I be? Oh, we misspelled that. Who I be? Oh, I got it. Yo, that's crazy. First try. Hey, yo, that was a good, bro. If you still in here, yo, I'm glad you put me on that. We got it. First try, yo. That's ridiculous. So we got our who am I command to work, but we just turning it to who I be. Obviously, like I was telling you earlier, is we're going to get rid of all of this junk here. And I'm probably going to do that off screen. But we got two commands to work. We got who I be, and we got take users. Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. Yo, so all we need now, we got a who am I, we got to get users, basically. All we got to do now is if we can get like get child item or version of dir and stuff like that, we'll be on our way, man. So yeah, this is I'm glad you guys are a part of this, because like at work, like stuff like this bothers me. It's like, yo, like how would I do that? Like, and I'm like, man, I might get up here and it might not work. Yeah, first try. So that's dope. I think what we'll do, like I'm gonna do the stream manipulation off screen probably later on in the day and clean this up, and then once I do that, I'm gonna set up. If I'm repeating myself, my bad, but I'm gonna set up my domain controller so that it is up to date with modern defenses, and so that people are actually getting something from this. It's not like mad vulnerable. It's like everything is locked down the way you would want it. So RPC is going to require encryption or secure RPC. You're not going to be able to get into WinRM. You're not going to be able to get into SMB or anything like that. Only RPC. And I've already proven that we're only getting RPC communications. So that's dope. Like I've never seen anything anywhere that said that you can get a shell on RPC. So this is groundbreaking. I ain't seen it in no hack tricks. I haven't seen it in no IPSec video. I haven't seen it on Hack the Box anywhere. So we're definitely making headway here. Whoo! This is a good start to the day. I'm going to end the live stream. Does anybody got any questions? I only see we got 2 people watching right now, but anybody got any questions or anything like that? We did it though. This is dope. Yeah, we did it. We definitely did it. Bro, I'm just lost for words right now. All right, man. If there's nothing else, I'm going to get off. If you watch this after the fact If you found any of this helpful, please consider subscribing, like the video. It helps me out. It helps all YouTubers out. I'm not even talking about just me, like Wmiexec, John Hammond, anybody like that. If they got useful content, do what you got to do to keep them around. So that's subscribing, donating to their Patreon if you can. That's doing everything that you can do to support good creators, because I don't mean to be negative, but I got to just put stuff like this out there. There are charlatans and frauds in penetration testing and cybersecurity, and they want to sell you stuff. They want to tell you stuff. They want you to think like they think, and it's totally whack because they got low quality content, and it's going to corrupt you when you try to do interviews. And I don't want that for you, and good creators don't want that for you as well. As a man or a grown woman, you got to determine who got the good content, who got the bad content. I don't want to put anybody's name out there, but please be mindful of that, because I run into them every day. I'm not one of those guys, but if you think I am, do what you got to do. All I'm simply saying is support good creators, and then bad creators, you don't have to down them. You don't have to dislike them, but just avoid them. You know. Let me stop talking, bro. Thank you guys for joining in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow when we continue to work on this tool, man.